This is the BLUETTI Solar Generator Elite 200V2. It's a compact, black boxy unit. Think somewhere between a small cooler and a mini desktop PC. The design is very clean, with all the ports lined up nicely on the front. It feels modern yet straightforward, which is something I appreciate. Sometimes less is more when it comes to portable power stations. Picking it up, it feels substantial. It weighs about 53 pounds, and honestly, that was one of my concerns right away. I won't sugarcoat it. This is not a featherweight power bank you toss into your backpack. But for its capacity, that weight is understandable. And the built-in handles are comfortable enough when you need to move it. It's not meant for hiking up a mountain, but for camping trips, tailgates, or rolling out during a power outage at home, it's just right. From my experience, what matters in these things is not just how tough they look, but whether they deliver when you actually need reliable backup power. The Elite 200V2 is rated at 2073.6 watt-hours, with 2600 watts continuous AC output and a 5200 watt peak. In simple terms, that means you can run most home appliances, a full-sized fridge or freezer, some power tools, or even a window air conditioner. I actually put it through its paces during a recent blackout. I had my big fridge and my old window AC plugged in at the same time. The last generator I tried before would complain or trip, but this one handled both without flinching. That's a big boost in peace of mind for me, especially when you've got food in the fridge and high temperatures outside. Charging up the Elite 200V2 surprised me, in a good way. With both the included charger one, that's a DC-DC car charger, and the AC adapter, I was able to get the battery from empty to almost full before I finished my morning coffee and some emails. BLUETTI calls it turbo boost charging, and while I didn't actually time it to the minute, it was definitely a lot quicker than other portable power stations I've used. I'm talking about maybe 4 hours for a full charge using my car's port on a road trip, which is very convenient if you're driving out to camp or just need to recharge fast at home. I want to talk about the battery chemistry because that was another deciding factor for me. They're using LFP or lithium iron phosphate cells here. That's a fancy way of saying the battery is built for super long life. BLUETTI says over 6,000 charge cycles. If you're new to this, a cycle means you use the battery from 100% down to empty and charge it back up. That's about 17 years of use if you cycle it once a day. So when you look at the price, you have to think long-term. This isn't one of those gadgets you'll have to replace in 2 or 3 years. I can see myself using this for way longer, whether it's for camping, work, or emergencies at home. The control panel is bright, easy to read, and gives you all the key info you'd want. Current charge, remaining output, even the input wattage during charging. The screen uses color and has just enough detail for monitoring what matters without making things confusing. What I also liked is the app integration. The BLUETTI app lets me monitor and control the ports via Wi-Fi, so I was able to keep an eye on the power use and even toggle outlets from my phone while I was busy with other things around the house. For anyone not familiar with these smart features, it just means more control and less worry. You'll know if your fridge is running or how much power is left without even getting up from the couch. One more thing I appreciate. There's a solid mix of ports. You get 4 AC outlets for running the bigger stuff, USB-A and USB-C ports for all the usual gadgets, a car outlet, and solar input for recharging off-grid. The solar option is a real plus if you like being outdoors or if you want a backup that can stay powered even during long blackouts. I only had a smaller solar panel to test, but even then, charging was steady thanks to the high input capacity. If you have a 1000-watt panel setup, you could easily get the battery recharged each day. If I had to pick the key features that made this stand out from my old batteries, it'd be simple. The combination of high power output, fast charging, and long battery life. I felt confident plugging in multiple hefty appliances and not worrying about tripping any breakers. It's perfect for home backup when storms come through or the grid acts up. From my experience, it's also excellent for camping with a group. You can keep the cooler, lights, fans, and everyone's devices running smoothly for hours. But of course, nothing's perfect. I do have a couple of gripes to share, and I think it's important to keep these in mind before buying. Like I mentioned earlier, the weight is definitely noticeable. I'm not saying it's impossible to move, but if you have mobility issues or just don't want to lug around 50+ pounds, it's something to consider. There are no wheels, which would have made moving it around the yard or parking lot a lot easier. Setting it up took me a bit longer than I expected. There are a pretty good number of cables and setup steps, especially if you want to use the solar charging or the included car charger. The instructions help, but I do think someone brand new to power stations would need to set aside some time for the first run. One real downside, at least for me, was the missing RV-ready plug. I actually had the previous BLUETTI AC200 model that included a dedicated 12-volt RV plug. It was great for plugging directly into an RV's main power port, which is popular for boondocking and long road trips. The Elite 200 V2 doesn't have this, so if you're looking to power your entire RV from one plug, you might want to look elsewhere or be ready with adapters. I also wish it had some waterproofing. This isn't one you want to leave outside if the rain starts coming down. It's fine on a porch or protected spot, but when you're away from home, that's an extra thing you have to worry about. In conclusion, the BLUETTI Solar Generator Elite 200 V2 and Charger 1 is just a solid, high-performance portable power station that delivers exactly what I need from a backup battery. The fast charging, long battery lifespan, high power output, and smart app integration all make it a dependable choice for power outages, camping, or just about any other use where portable electricity is a must. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants serious backup power without the hassle of gas generators. The weight and lack of RV plug are real trade-offs, but if those aren't deal breakers for you, you'll get a lot of use out of this unit. I'm happy with how it performed so far and feel a lot more prepared for whatever comes next, whether it's a night under the stars or just keeping my fridge running when the power goes out. I'll leave the details about the BLUETTI Solar Generator Elite 200 V2 in the comments for you to check out. See you in the next video.